there, everyone. What is up? Welcome to the AEW Dynamite post show. It's the Dynamite following All Out. It's your girl, Denise, and I'm here with Righteous Reg. Reg, how are you?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. Britt Baker is never coming back to All Elite Wrestling. People were saying
Why are we starting right there, Reg?
we're in
Why?
Pittsburgh. There has to be her coming back at the end of the show. Nowhere to be found. We need to have a conversation about it because where is she?
All right. Well, I guess I didn't even want to start with Britt Baker. I was ready to start in a whole other direction. However, we might as well talk about that now since Reg brought it up.
I did.
Britt Baker, a lot of people have been wondering, where is she at? When is she going to be on AEW television? When is it happening? Is she coming back? What's going on there? What's the drama? Is there drama? We don't know. Okay. Today we were in Pittsburgh and Britt Baker did not come back. At no point was she on the show. So my whole thought process in this is if she doesn't come back here on this show, I don't think we're ever going to see Britt Baker back on AEW, which when you think about it is kind of insane because she, for a while there, was one of the most popular people on that program.
Yeah.
And now she's, she's exploded like the fucking Hocus Pocus, which is at the end when they just go to dust. You haven't seen, there's nothing more. There's nothing. What is happening?
Yeah, I think it's been like a year or so since we've seen her as an active on TV, a part of the women's division wrestler. A lot of people coming into this are speculating that she could make a return. So that's why I brought it up because I'm like, oh no, she didn't. No mention of her, no nothing going into this. It's legit just questions. It's like, is she going to return? Like, what's her place? What's going on here? We've heard some news and stories about her contracts and where that's going to land. And I don't really know what this means for the rest of her, but I thought if there was any place to bring her back, this would be it.
I thought so too. And I know me and you, we kind of went on a little bit back and forth here because some people had wondered, okay, if Britt comes back, maybe, hey, what if she goes after Kris Statlander? And I thought, okay, fine. If you want to do something like that, I'm good with that. Would love to see Kris Statlander defeat Britt Baker and kind of add that to her like repertoire of people who she's defeating. But Reg, you were against that in the watch along. And we had some people pointing out in the chat that the AEW women's division in terms of in-ring skill has really, really elevated drastically. We are at a different point now in this whole evolution of AEW women's wrestling.
Yeah, what this division was when she was kind of the head and the leader of it is completely different now. We have some of the best women's wrestlers in the world wrestling on a legit weekly basis on Dynamite Collision. We had Toni Storm at the helm of this for so long, and she's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Mercedes is the TBS champion, having some of the best matches against the rest of the roster. And when you look at the one blemish on Mercedes Moné's career, I think the one thing that they say about her AEW run in the match that wasn't that great, there's one match that people bring up and there's one match that happens, and Mercedes has had all-star, some of the best matches she's ever had post that. Like, she's been inspired off of what happened there. Yeah, I just don't know what Britt's place is going to be here because the level of everything has increased so much. I am kind of with you guys. I still think she has a name, and I still think she represents something, but not the same as she did. Like, I don't think like beating her is like this thing, this gateway or something that's going to take you to the next level anymore like it used to, just because she's been off of TV for so long.
Have they said when her contract is up? Like, is that out there, that information?
I don't think it's fully out there what her thing is, but I know that I think it's close at least, right?
Okay, so here's my question. We were talking about how the bar has been raised over on AEW's side of things, but the other option is, let's say she were to go to WWE, but let's be real, the women's wrestling there, that bar is also been very raised. So you're going to walk into the same sort of issue where it's like, okay, you either got to get better because those are both really strong women's divisions.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to, do you really want it? I think there's a place for not as high level pro wrestlers in WWE where they could do something and use star power and other means to get these people over. And I think there could be a place for her, but it's like you're saying, Denise, she's going to have to want it. If they're not going to, at this time and place, they don't give wrestlers stuff just because of names or just because of that. You're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to work harder than the rest of the women, and you're going to have to do something to really show that what your worth is. So it's just a different place in wrestling in general, just because there's so many high level wrestlers around the world. Now you got to legit be better than somebody else, you know?
Right. All right, let's get into it. We got Grapple Geekery who says, love you, Reg. You're full of it, but we love you. And this was in regards to your D-Riders statements earlier.
1000% Grapple Geekery. That's kind of my thing. Like, I'm full of it. That's my life.
We got Infamous Ritter Loco who says, whatever happened to Camille? She's so lit and beast. I actually, I don't really know what's going on with Camille. That's kind of the extent of it all. Is she still employed by the company?
Yeah. This is what happened to Camille. They got Camille. She was a big star in fucking NWA because nobody watches NWA. Camille came and they realized that she looks better than what she represents. And then they got a better version of Camille. Her name's Megan Bain. So what the fuck do you need Camille for? I'm getting buried tonight. I don't want to be talking crazy about all these women. I'm so sorry. I do not want to do this. Like, I want to talk fine about this, but like Camille, like, same thing. It's like when you go the level of all this, like she wasn't at the level that the rest of these people are. And that's okay. You can get to these levels if you want to, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Bruh. All right.
I'm dead.
I was going to make a joke, but then I was like, wait, what if my joke is not funny?
I'm out of here.
I was going to make a joke about you being too honest, Reg.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to have to cancel you. And then people are going to be coming in here and they're going to be like, now we're unsubscribing from Denise's account because she canceled Reg. And then I'm going to bring you back, but I'm not going to actually air you everywhere.
That's crazy.
All right, whatever. I know.
Listen,
I'm walking in circles here.
Controversy too. Yeah, you are.
All right, the DCC says no righteous Reg.
I'm out. They got
You're
me out
of
here.
Baby. You're out. All right. Let's see what we got here. We got Tenruze here who says it'll be Britt's last AEW match like Jade did. I don't know. I mean, possibly. We got Dan Jackson here who says y'all should go as Dee Dee and Dexter for Halloween. Hey, listen, that could be something actually.
That is a pretty good one. Listen, Dan Jackson's on to something. Got to start thinking of my custom. I know Denise has because she'd be thinking like that. It's pretty close.
Yeah, you know how I work. You know how I run.
30 costumes and shit. Denise Salcedo, hate her.
You're mad because I put effort?
Yeah, stop doing so much effort. 30 costumes in 30 days. Are you doing this? I'm just making this up for you.
I don't do 30 costumes. I do like 4 or 5.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. All right, we got David Primero here who says, do you think What?
You.
He says, do you think WWE will make legit women's team now that AEW has their own women's tag title? I think AEW needs to hire Kaden and Katana for it. WWE wasted them. All right, so let's get to this. The big announcement that was made here today was that was essentially that they're going to be bringing in women's tag team titles. Now, this is something that AEW fans have been wanting for a very long time. I didn't think we didn't have the division we have right now for a while. I think now we do have a lot of teams, a lot of girls that they can definitely do the women's tag team division. I remember people were talking about this like 2 years ago, and 2 years ago, we weren't there. Now we are in a different place, and I'm really glad that AEW did wait until the right moment to bring out these titles, and I'm glad that they didn't give in to just people wanting things for shits and giggles, because now that they actually have a division and a roster that they can do this with, now that there's selection, it feels like this was the right time, and I'm glad they didn't do it prematurely.
Agreed, Denise. You want them to have something to come into. Like, you don't want to just like, let's announce these titles and we don't have champions. We don't have teams even to be able to defend this. And I think we've been establishing for the last couple of months, the last year maybe or so actually, that we do have the roster for this and we can do this. I think with the all-star women tag team matches that we've been having and a bunch of just random matches that we've been having over the last year has established that. You got, like you're saying, you hope Julia and Sky do it. You got Megan and Penelope. You got Anna and Ty. You got Potentially Stat and somebody. I know she's the world champion, but Stat and Willow, I think, are
No,
somebody.
Stat and Harley.
Stat and Harley could be somebody. Tony and Mina. Like, there's a bunch of teams I think that can be established in here and can make those championships worth something.
I think Anna and Jay or Julia and Sky are gonna be. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Anna and Jay are the first ones because they're kind of like the OG of female tag teams on
Yeah,
AEW.
that's what I'm kind
And
of thinking too. You want to
right,
reward some long-term wrestlers with it, and I think this is a good way to do it.
like have that prestige be for them. I
Right.
can see that. And I think I mean AEW loves tournaments. I
They
think
do.
they should do a tournament to say like, hey, here's the division that we do have. And that way we know who we got out there, right? Who are the
Mhm.
selections? Let's see them all in the ring together.
Athena
And
and Billy, I'm thinking of. Deonna could be with somebody. Sheeta, Riho. There's
I
a
would
bunch of
hope
people that could be teamed up with people, you know?
I would hope Deanna has somebody because she even been on Collision or anything? Or is she still like not on TV? Because I know
When
for a
did she
while
show
people
up? It was around the ROH show, whenever that was, a few weeks ago. She showed up and
oh
then she
I didn't see
wasn't.
that. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
But it was just like one or two. You know how they do. They'll
But has
show
she
her
been
one
back
time.
since?
She hasn't. No.
Okay, see, like
Right.
Deanna, she could be paired up with somebody. I don't know who, but I'm pretty sure they can like figure something out
I
there.
mean, people
Oh,
went.
okay. Teriyaki God says she's with Taya. Okay,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Deanna and
yeah,
Taya,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
have their own long history from freaking TNA wrestling, and
Hmm.
so for them to be paired up together, cool. And then actually having them in the tournament, that could be the strength that finally gets both Taya and Deanna some attraction because I
Exactly.
truly believe that both Deanna and Taya had way better careers over on the TNA side.
Oh, I don't even think that's a debate. Like, they established themselves as some of the best in the world over in TNA, and in AEW. They haven't gotten anywhere close to that. So I think you need an established veteran team like that too. So they're a good squad for this.
So, and I guess to answer David's question, I hope that in general, WWE does put more emphasis on the women's tag team division, with or without AEW, they should. But they do
Yeah.
say, what did they say? Iron sharpens iron with competition. So
Hmm.
maybe, just maybe, that will maybe push it just a little bit harder. And if it does, great. Thank
Exactly.
you, David. We got Sheldon Jackson here who says Marina versus Statlander for the title. I'm interested. It's time to see Marina in the ring on AEW TV. I have seen Marina Shafir wrestle so little that I can't even tell you if I'm a fan or not. Legit, Reg. I don't like if you were to tell me like name one move Marina Shafir does, I would be like, chop, clothesline.
I
I
think
would
this
just
is
start
super fair.
naming any
Yeah.
fucking move that I know.
I mean, she's had some matches in AEW, but most of them have been in Ring of Honor, and I don't think most people have seen really what she can do. I think that she's, as you know, with her place in the Deathriders and what she's done next to John Moxley, established that people will get excited for things like that, and her challenging for the championship without that much, just because of what she's established in the Deathriders. I think that Stat has a chance to get something really fun out of her. It doesn't have to be extensive. It doesn't have to be crazy long. Just go in there and kind of establish that Marina's more than just John Moxley's muscle, and she can get in there with some of the best in the world, and she can lock it up. I think this is going to be good for Marina, but I don't expect it to be like a super long feud.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, right now we got to get into what went down in just a second with all of them. So we do got to pay that off,
Yeah.
obviously. But we do got Infamous Ray Loco who says Darby's flamethrowers on Blue Chew, thanks to Denise. Hey yo,
Throwing them flames.
yeah, you want to throw them flames? All right, that doesn't even make any sense.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
I just make anything in my Blue Chew voice and expect it to go over.
It does not work for any words. Like, you can't just say random words with that voice and you're like, oh yeah, that works. It does not work every time.
No, but the voice reminds everybody of Blue Chew, and that within itself is promotion.
Put you in the headspace. I'm with you.
Right. And now onto our next super chat. You see Blue Chew
yeah,
voice right
no,
there.
I hear you. No, I got you.
All right, we got Sammy Sawan Boone who says, can't wait for next week for AEW Dynamite because I will go to the Dynamite show at Miami Hard Rock in Florida. Oh, hell yeah, Sammy.
Yeah,
I'm glad
let's
you're
go,
going to go to
Sammy.
the show. That's
Awesome.
the 6-year anniversary, so they're clearly going to go out a little bit more on those types of anniversary shows.
6 years? That's crazy. Yeah, anniversary shows are always fun. You get to reminisce about what we did to get here, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, thank you, Sammy, and hope you have a good time. We got Saif Done Superhero says Kyle Fletcher is a star. If he was in WWE, he'd probably be feuding with Briggs in NXT. There is a glass ceiling for the men in WWE that does not exist in AEW. That's not necessary. The second part, look, the first part of that, it's probably true. Kyle Fletcher would probably be feuding with Josh Briggs. The second part of that is not entirely true, though. Because if there was a glass ceiling, then we wouldn't see people like Cody Rhodes, get to the levels that he's gotten to. It's just that right now, if you're talking specifically about NXT, they don't really got a lot of people that are there just yet to go on to the main roster to like be the thing. Like we've been talking a whole lot about the men's division on NXT and how it's not that great besides a couple of people, but a couple of people really isn't enough. Like really, Reg, when I think about like who can legitimately be like a future WrestleMania main eventer, I got like Obafemi and Trick Williams, and that's like the extent of it all. You can't go with just like two people, bro.
You said two black wrestlers, and when they go to the main roster, we know what's going to happen there. WWE.
Yeah, so then, do they even count? Should I just give nobody then as an answer?
I wouldn't count them. I don't think either one of those black
case,
wrestlers are going to main event fucking WrestleMania. Anytime people bring those names up, I'm like, that's great, but they're black single stars, and they have to go up there, and they don't work up there. We have come to realize that WWE is a single stars business. This is some revelation I came up with years ago. It's always been based off of one single star. It's always been based off of Hogan or Cena or Austin or The Rock. They always want just one person. There's players.
There's times where it's been like if you got to let more people, like when you got like Mankind and Stone Cold and The Rock. Right. Imagine if you only decided to push Stone Cold and not The Rock, or The Rock and not Stone Cold,
Exactly. And I don't feel like there's a bunch of those major players that are right there next up on the cusp. I think that AEW is a little bit better about that. I feel a lot more hopeful about what the people are going to become. And I think that's where the glass ceiling is. But I do also agree with what you're saying, Denise. Like some people have broke through that shouldn't have broke through, and that's because of fans, like different things that can help enhance it. It just doesn't work for everybody, though.
Yeah, I think one of the differences is that it takes a little longer on the WWE side.
It does. A lot longer.
I think it takes longer for people to really reach that, like, okay, you are a star now in this company versus an AEW. It's okay, we need stars now. So you got to become a star right now.
And the fans kind of receive things different. Like if you have a dope ass match in AEW, you're a made person. Like you can have a dope match in WWE, but they still need more. You know what I mean? Like one match could make you an AEW, and they need a story, a match, a Royal Rumble win.
You got to get everything, Laura. You got to have the matches. You got to have the story. You got to have the gimmick. You got to sell the merch. You got to have numbers on social media.
You got to have a good theme song. Like it's so much that goes into it.
Song. You got to have your brows done. You got to make sure your teeth are gray. They got to look like Roman Reigns, or else you're done.
Got to have good sneakers. Like you got to like.
No Timu shit. You gotta have
all kind of
clothes.
stuff. Yeah. A lot goes into it.
A little witchcraft in there, and you're good.
Right. It's like being a movie star essentially. Like I don't feel like you have to. When in AEW, it's like I'm not going to be a movie star. I'm just going to be like a big star in the wrestling business. WWE is like I'm going to be a movie star, so I need to be the number one guy here, and that's going to translate to something. And I'm not mad at it.
You know who? When it's crazy when I'm hearing myself describe this WWE guy. Tell me who pops up in your head that would fit all of those things. And they from AEW. From AEW? You know the name. It's very easy.
Is it Hangman Adam Page?
I mean, besides Hangman. Hangman's one of them. But think movie star. Think doing all the things to be that guy.
Oh, Kyle Fletcher. The person we're talking about.
No, MJF.
Max. Well, Max is doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's different.
That he is doing it. Like he is that guy. Like he is doing. He is presenting himself like almost. I don't want this to sound wrong, but this is actually like a compliment. Like this is a compliment. He's presenting himself like a WWE guy through AEW. Does that make sense? Like he's doing all of the things that you should be doing in order to level up not just yourself, but also the company that you're representing. Also, thank you, Saif.
I think it's something of wanting to feel bigger than just being a wrestler. Like it feels like Max can break out to being like a big Hollywood superstar, and I think part of that is on AEW too, on how they present the guys. Because like I still don't even think that they utilized how big Happy Gilmore 2 was, and Max was a part of it. Like there's some things like that that are like, you guys should be talking about this even more. These are big deals. And I don't think sometimes it kind of falls to the wayside, you know?
Yeah, I really do think that, and I think that's a great thing to do. And I feel that I know that everyone has different goals and whatnot in their careers. Not everyone wants to be the next Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I get it, right? But
Right.
that is the end all be all, though. If you want to have like that kind of fame and notoriety and power and all of that, right? I feel like you should be doing the things that MJF is doing.
Hmm. A lot of people don't got it like MJF though. Like I know
But I would fucking try.
he
I'd
makes
fucking
it
try, Reg.
look easy, but like it takes a lot to do what he does, you know?
But I would hella try. So speaking of MJF, and since we're on the topic right now, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing him for the time being on AEW. He cut a babyface promo today, sort of saying that he's kind of not feeling like that guy right now.
Yeah.
And we all basically know that he's going to be taking some time off. He did announce a couple of weeks ago that he signed on to another film. I forget the details on it right now, but yeah, that is something that MJF is going to be going off and working on. And again, coming off of Happy Gilmore, you got to keep that ball rolling. I mean, God, I remember Reg going to the Scorpion King. I remember going to the Rundown. I remember going to all of the Rock's little movies until it just got bigger and bigger right before our eyes. And that's how you got to go about it.
Yeah, I think that you said it's a babyface promo, and it did feel like a babyface promo because usually even when Max loses, he's still like, I didn't lose. This is this. I'm gonna come right back. This was like, I really got to regroup. I got to think about what my life is. I was the top guy around here, and he was kind of talking like Denise is talking about him being a big star. Like he's doing all these things. He's in movies. He's representing something even bigger than being like the AEW World Champion, and like he probably should be happy about his place. He's in a gigantic movie on Netflix this year, and a lot of people saw his face, but he still just lost two back-to-back gigantic matches against Mystico and Mark Briscoe, and he's not anywhere close to the World Championship, and he's not the biggest star in AEW. And that's wrong. We should be talking about Max like we used to. Every promo that he has, we should be talking about it on both sides of WWE and AEW. They should be chanting his name at that other show. Like he should be the biggest star in the company. And part of why he's doing these movies or some of his angles and the way that he presents himself has to do with it. And he does have to look inside.
Right, right. And I mean, we can go into an even deeper conversation when it comes to this because I know that in X amount of years' time, if he wants to, and the opportunity comes, Hangman's going to be in WWE and Hangman's going to be the guy in WWE if that ever happens. I see that. I think like part of the reason why they're not so worried about not having all of these big upcoming stars on NXT, that's because they know that they're going to try to, take them from someplace else, Reg. And you know it. You know it. Reg, that's the MO. That's the way it's been done.
It'll be easier to get Max than it would be to get Hangman.
Well, we don't know that.
I don't know that, but
we don't know that. He's he's not gonna be able to work this style forever. At some point, he's gonna want to, maybe slow down, make a little bit more money. Or not more money, but who knows? He'll probably get offered something huge. I don't fucking know.
I wouldn't say so, but maybe. I don't know.
Reg.
I feel like he's an AEW lifer, honestly. Yeah. I don't think he'd be a crossover guy. But I mean, I could be wrong.
I mean, I thought Cody Rhodes was going to stick around for a very, very much longer than he did in AEW.
Cody Rhodes is complete. Like I thought that Cody Rhodes was going to go back to WWE so fast. And Hangman doesn't feel like Hangman will just go on maternity. Like if he was like, hey, I'm having a kid, I'm going, like he doesn't feel like I need this wrestling money to fulfill my life. Like I don't know, he just feels different. But I could be wrong. He's a pro wrestler in the pro wrestling space. He could be like, I want the biggest fucking payday and I want to headline WrestleMania for some reason.
Hey, I don't know. Again, everybody has different hopes and dreams, but I do think a lot of the top guys or a lot of the guys that you're seeing right now in AEW are gonna be those people that WWE depends on to at some point take and build around them. We're already seeing it, Reg.
It doesn't. I think we're gonna start to see more stories like Andrade of like it doesn't work for everybody. Like
No, it doesn't.
everybody isn't gonna be Cody and CM Punk, who were already established guys over there. It's gonna be hard to take a
More so
home
Punk, not necessarily Cody.
yeah, it's gonna be harder to take a homegrown AEW star and a creation that you have nothing to do with and make him a big star over here because that's not how they work.
All right. We can go on and on forever on that topic, but
Have
let
we
me go
talked
ahead.
about the show?
We have. We're on it. Let me see where we left off here. Thank you, Saif. He got us off on a whole discussion there. He
Hell
says,
yeah.
pay-per-views are great, but Dynamite is kind of mid. Yeah, this wasn't the strongest episode of Dynamite, but we got Deontay Sweeney here. Says, Reg, Denise, AEW Women's Tag Titles, we winning. Let's effing go.
Finally. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great addition to the show that got people excited, but we got to come out of these shows, Denise, with more newsworthy things. Like, I think that for sickos, I continuously say this, for sickos, I'm satisfied. Like, I could just watch that Dynamite and be like, that was great. But for people that want to come
See,
back every
I
week,
get what you're
I
saying,
think
Reg.
I think there should be more. I'm saying you shouldn't only cater to me. I think you should cater to
Right,
other
but
people
I'm going to
too.
cut you off here for a second because we need to
Mhm.
pause.
Yes.
I didn't think the matches were all that today.
Yeah, it wasn't on like I wouldn't go back and watch anything that happened today. So I'm with you.
That's why it's like usually I would be 100 like if we had at least one or two really extraordinary matches, then I would 100% agree with you. Right
Right.
now I can't because I was saying like right at the top of the show like Bro Dito and Gates of Agony, like I wasn't into it.
It
I wasn't
wasn't,
into
yeah.
that match and I wasn't into I thought Lee Moriarty and Hangman Page were
It was
all
fine.
right. I didn't
Yeah.
think that, there was, I was kind of hoping for more of a breakout performance there for Lee Moriarty. I
Mhm.
don't necessarily know that that was exactly it. We got the 3-on-3. That one was all right.
That was fun.
It was okay. I don't remember that much from it. And then Hobbs and Claudio was all right. Okay. And then Chris and Mina, I thought was probably the best match of the night.
We've had
And even then, I've seen stronger from both.
we've seen a bunch of strong dynamites. We've came on this show and be like, that was an amazing dynamite. Can they afford to do shows like this today?
Yes and no. So I will
Yeah.
tell you why.
Yeah.
Yes, for people like you and me and people here that are going to tune in regardless
No
to watch
matter what.
AEW. We're
Right.
going to tune in regardless because we know that this doesn't happen every week, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yes.
We
it
do
doesn't.
have a lot of really great shows. It's actually more great shows than ever. However, I say no because AEW does get judged differently.
They do.
Whenever a show is bad, people make it seem like it's the end of the world. It's not. Me talking about how I didn't love the matches on today's show. In 4 weeks, I'm going to forget about it. Why? Because from now in 4
Definitely.
weeks, I'm going to have seen at least 20 matches that I really loved.
Yeah. I think the biggest issue is when they choose to do it. Cause like if this weekend, if Saturday was something for you and you're like, hey, AEW had the better wrestling show on the weekend, let me check out Dynamite. And then you check out Dynamite and it was just kind of like a wrestling show. That's not really how you like retain new fans. So I do understand that. Cause like if there's any point in the month or the years where you're going to have new eyes on you, it's probably immediately after a pay-per-view, and this would be the time. And if you just put together just like a whatever show, that's not really, I don't know, it just again, like I'm fine, that's great, you could show me 100 of these and I'll be fine, but like it has to be something more.
The ending was really good, though. I feel like that was a really strong ending to Dynamite.
I like it.
Yeah, and I can't wait to get to that. We got Red here who says the Fed's 2 requirements: to be a top star, 1, not be black, 2, be in your 40s. Sorry, Red, you almost had it.
I'm gone.
Been a top star in WWE.
Can't stop my career right now. I'm out of it. But yeah, those are that's true.
Oh man, thanks, Red. We got Luke Thornton here who says sick and tired of these old rest workers, telling people like Kyle Fletcher how they need to do things when they are already killing it. Kyle doesn't need NXT. Reg, do you ever think about like, now I know you're a little bit old already, you got a foot in the grave, I already know that. But honest question, and I'm gonna ask this to everybody here. Honestly, as a fan, whether you're a fan or you are, a podcaster or whatever, I fear one day getting older and just some light switch going off where suddenly I think differently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
become that person. Like, I
Mm-mm.
always want to make sure that, if I'm still podcasting and talking about wrestling when I'm 60 or 65, I'm a woman, so they'll probably cut me off sooner. I'll probably be gone by 40.
Yeah, they
Um,
don't. A
they ain't gonna let
65-year-old
me go to
woman
60, 65. I'm
podcaster.
a
All right.
woman. I'm fucked, bro. I'm out at 40 and I'm pushing it at 40, honestly.
Facts. Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, what I do want to say though is like, I don't want to become that person that suddenly doesn't see wrestling the way that I see wrestling right now.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like I don't want to
Definitely.
become bitter. That's another thing. I don't want to become
Mm-hmm.
bitter and I don't want to get soured on how I see things.
It hasn't happened to me in wrestling, Denise, but in hip hop, I find myself being like, what is this shit? What are these young kids doing? Because like I don't I hear some songs and I'm like, what the hell? Like this isn't what my legends did. This isn't how we came up. So I find myself getting into that like crossed over. And I don't know if it's because of what you're describing. Like, am I so out of touch that I don't know what's hot?
That's
Or
what I'm
is it
saying. Like change and growing, that's one thing. But for
right?
you to just completely start like
Just
being
out of
stuck in a
touch.
certain ways and out of
Yeah.
touch,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I don't want to be out of touch and I don't want to be bitter.
No, please. That's what when we started to become podcasters and started to do shows all the time. That was the thing that constantly was in my head. Is like, if I keep talking about this, I don't want to get to a place where I'm like, fuck this. I'm hate watching the shows. I'm doing all this and like get wrestling to a place where I don't like that because I got into this because I like this shit. It's crazy.
Right. You didn't get into it because you were like, I hate this show. Let me
No.
keep watching it.
Got into it because I'm like, damn, I really like wrestling so much. How could I talk about it more?
Yeah, so I just gotta say, like, I'm going to keep an eye out on that. I don't want that switch to just like go off. What if one day I just come on here and I'm like, fuck all these new YouTubers? I don't know.
They don't do it like we used to do it.
They
Blah blah
don't
blah.
YouTube
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
we used to YouTube
yeah.
back
You
in
can't.
2025.
You can't become that person, but it's easy to become that person.
Yeah, for sure. But we got a lot of people kind of saying the same thing. Like they don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that.
Mm-mm.
Yo, it's crazy out there. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luke. We got Ben Sneffer here who says, did they say if little girls are allowed in the tag division?
Oh
I would
God.
love to see Riho tag with someone.
I would actually though. Like I don't know who I don't know who her partner would be, but what are you laughing at, Denise?
I'm laughing because you know what this reminds me of? You know, when you're going on a roller coaster and they got to check your height. Did you ever watch the movie Problem Child?
Yep.
Where the little girl goes in with her big ass shoes and
Yep.
yeah,
Problem
that's
child
how I
too.
imagine Riho sneaking in. I can't talk, guys. I'm wearing ponytails.
You're short. Yeah, that's you. I was like, you kind of look like the homegirl had those the ponytail, the hair too, same as you.
Yeah, I love Riho. Like I'm such a fan of
He's
Riho. And I
incredible.
feel like every time Riho is on TV, this happens all the time. Like there's always someone out there saying something about Riho.
The only thing I didn't like about Gail Kim, because she can say this, she is a legend. She can
And she
express
knows
her
women's
interest,
wrestling and
and she
genuinely
knows that
cares about it.
women's wrestling. The things that I didn't like is one, we had just seen an amazing Rio match against Mercedes that like goes
And
against everything
Mercedes
that you're
is
saying
very
is.
tiny too.
Exactly. And these two women put together an incredible match, regardless, going against everything that Gail Kim's saying. But the most important part that I didn't like was she said, oh, I haven't watched AEW in years. So why are you,
Oh, I didn't see
one,
that.
we need to stop listening to people that say that shit. And two, why are you commenting on something that you don't even watch? That's what gets me over. That's what gets me angry about these legends is most of them say that too. They're like commenting on shows, trying to do all this clickbait, and then like, I haven't watched that show in 5 years. Oh, I never watched that show. So why are we getting up in arms over somebody who doesn't even watch the show? Gail Kim's opinion matters, but on AEW in this matter, it shouldn't matter because she don't even fucking watch the show, right?
It's a lot, and it's hard because, like I said earlier, I'm such a big fan of Gail Kim, and
She's
I'm still
great.
gonna be a fan of Gail Kim. I think
Yes.
she's the trailblazer in women's wrestling, and I was surprised. I was surprised by her comments, like super surprised. I even looked at it and I was like, "Wait a minute, what?"
Yeah,
And then
same here.
I think in my head, I started to think, okay, this is Twitter. We do lose tones in, how things are said, but it came across a certain way, and that's the way that it came across. So you just got to take it for what it is. And hopefully in a week, we just move on. And hopefully, I do feel
By
bad though
tomorrow,
for
something, a
Riho.
news story will be out. It's fine. You know
Right, but I do feel bad for Riho because she's not. I don't. Is she like active on social media? I don't think I've ever seen her active on social media.
I
Like
don't think
she's
so.
not involved in anything. From the looks of it, she keeps to herself. She showed up, and I thought her performance with Mercedes was wonderful.
Hell yeah.
And
she just catching strays. I think that's the worst part. Denise is like, she'll come and just have fun, do a great match, and then there all this discourse on about everything that she does and who she is. And she's just a great wrestler having fun.
Remember, we were joking after that match with Mercedes. Someone in our watch along said Riho is wrestling like she wants to be here full time because that's how good of a job she did. And I feel like we spent so much time talking about whether or not she looks like a little girl or whatever. And like on top of that, like for me, I gotta be honest, like as a woman, I don't like being shamed for looking younger than my age.
No.
And that happens to me all the time, Reg. Like there's people that write to me, "Oh, I thought you were a minor. What are you doing talking about wrestling?" I'm talking about wrestling sometimes, and I will talk about wrestling history because I've been a fan for over 20 years. I'm 33 years old, and I have people telling me, I remember I was talking about Chris Jericho's debut in WWE, and people were commenting, "Were you even alive? Were you even old enough to watch wrestling at that point?" And I'm just like, okay, first of all, I'm Latina and I have great fucking genes.
Facts.
But also I try to take care of myself in that regard. And I fucking wear pigtails. That has nothing to do with it, by the way. I don't wear them all the time, actually. The irony of me wearing pigtails as I'm talking about this is not lost on me. But no, for real, I don't like, and I remember, and I won't give details, but this comes from a place where I was very upset about something. There was a female in the wrestling space that was speaking negatively about me after I had gotten a certain job. And you know how it is, Reg. You announce you got a new job, and there's a lot of jealousy that comes with that, right?
Oh, yeah.
This female told another female that I only got my job because I, quote, look like a baby. And I thought to myself, everyone here knows how hard I fucking work, whether you like me or don't, watch my content or don't. Everyone here knows how hard I fucking work. Every fucking day I show up and I do my job. And for someone to say she only got this job because she looks like a baby was so insulting to hear. And it was like, don't try to diminish my work because you couldn't amount to what I have.
Straight
me
up.
And my little baby self, which is so funny because like now it's a running joke in my house. I'm always like, oh, well, it's baby Denise, whatever. But I just remember being really upset by it. And not really upset by that. I almost took it as a compliment. Well, I'm sorry that,
Yeah.
I'm going to be thankful for this when I'm like 60, right?
Yes, exactly.
But that's what I'm saying though, is that I don't like whenever someone is shamed for looking younger than their age. And it's the same thing if you look older. There's women that look older than their age. Same fucking thing.
It works both ways.
It
you
works
get shamed
both
for
ways.
looking old too. You get shamed for all this. I just get annoyed at the believability thing in wrestling, because if you pick and choose when you want to believe something, then that's on you for like, Oh, Bam Bam Bigelow doing a moonsault's believable, but Rio, blah, 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 size and all that matter. It's like, dog, come on, it's fucking wrestling. I love that Rio could get in there with Nyla Rose and slam her, and it makes sense and all this. It's fucking wrestling, a suspense of disbelief. That's what we're all here for. It's a part of why this is fun. Like when she was, everybody was bringing up, rightfully so, when she was in there with Awesome Kong, we weren't like, hey, I mean, some people were like, hey, Gail Kim can't beat up Awesome Kong, but nobody cared. We still watched it because it was awesome.
Thank you, Ben. We got Tenruza here who says, does MJF come back? New theme and all may be good. Oh, I really like MJF's theme, though.
Yeah, I mean, he got
I don't think he should get a new theme because when it goes off, people know it's him, you know?
And it works as heel and babyface, Denise. Like, if he came back as babyface, like, his heel would work. I mean, his theme would work just as well as it does when he's a heel. But also, Tenruza might be onto something. Come back legit, refresh, try something new, because we've been seeing this this version of MJF for 6 years. We've been hearing this theme song for 6 years, and everybody else, almost the entire company, has changed their theme to something else. So maybe.
Tenruza also says Denise Hangman won't go to MAGA Fed AEW Lifer. Oh, we got Say You've Done Superhero says, I'm a WWE fan for 30 years, so no matter how many terrible Seth Rollins promos, Rusev, I'm still going to watch, just not that way for me with AEW. Hey, man, you do you, man. That's the way it is. Like, I always say this, like, watch what you watch, like what you like. I'm not, like, it's okay. Like, you know, Reg, you and I have had these discussions all the time. Reg only watches AEW now. Chinadu likes WWE. Robin likes WWE. Like, everyone has their specific thing. And every now and then I'll joke around and I'll throw some, like, you're a tribalist comments.
Exactly.
But deep down, guess what, Reg? I don't give a shit.
Don't care.
What people choose or choose not to watch.
Nope. My friends watch WWE. I don't watch WWE. I don't shame my friends because they do. I'm like, you're not. Denise is covering NXT. What an idiot. Why are you spending your Tuesday nights doing that? No, I don't care. It's fine. Like, if you like it, you like it. Like, Phil watches WWE and he enjoys a lot of it. I'm not like, you're a fucking idiot because you're doing that. It's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch it. They're not forcing my eyes open and making me watch a show to do this. It doesn't work like that.
My eyes are very small, so I can't even open them that big, actually. I'm like, wait, they don't even look any different. There's
small eyes.
There's times where my husband will look at me and he's like when I'm sleeping and my eyes are like half open and he's like, are your eyes open or are they closed?
Like, what's going on there? Are you looking? Are you squinting?
Do you remember when Austin would say, you and your little beady eyes? My husband says that to me all the time. He's like, you and your little beady eyes.
Stone cold. What a time.
Yeah, thanks, Saif. We got Boggs Viego says 65-year-old Denise ranting about Naomi and Jimmy's son in year 4 of his title run instead of losing to Buddy Danielson at Mars Mania like he should have.
Mars Mania. I love it. No, but I'm with you, Denise. They're not going to let you be 65 out here. They're not. They're going to cut you right off. They're like, oh, she's 45? Get her out of here.
I look like a baby.
Yeah,
so I might get by. I might push it to like 45.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at 45 might be the max.
Right. I'm with you. I love it. Honestly, I still don't know what's going to happen once.
Wait, are there any old who's the oldest lady podcaster?
In what? In wrestling?
Wrestling.
I don't know.
Huh. That's a good question. Like, you might be approaching. Might be. No, it's not you.
Me?
No, it's not you. It's not you. I'm like, wait, it might be Denise. No, it's not Denise.
I think it might be. Because there's other like women that have like. I don't want to get into this because now I'm starting to think it could be me.
I don't think it's you. Like, I think like.
What? Okay, how about this?
Kate,
oldest women's wrestling podcaster that wasn't a wrestler.
Oh. Yeah, see, that changes a lot. Because if you count that, because you can be like Francine from ECW has a podcast or something, you count her. But like,
no, I don't think it's me, actually. No,
I still don't think it's you.
No, it's not. I'm almost there, but it ain't me.
You're close, but there's a couple more.
Hey, Reg, you're the one with your foot in the grave already.
Listen, men represent something way different. There's like 70-year-old fucking podcaster, so I'm okay.
Oh yeah, Reg, you're actually a youngin in the
I'm
male
young,
space
yeah,
for
exactly.
male wrestling podcasters. You're young, yeah.
Honestly, I got
You
like
still
another
got 30 years.
30 years at
How old are you, Reg?
least.
39?
I'm
40?
39. I could be talking about this at least until 70, at least.
Yeah, you're good. You got a whole career left.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks, Boggs. We got Ben Sneffer here who says, "Why can't you just say it's not for me?" Gail is acting as that is what
That's
she
it.
said. She did
Yes.
not with Riho or Deathmatch Wrestling. She was trashing them. Says
That's
Ben.
what was driving me crazy, Ben, is because like when Kenny said something, she was like, "You took it out of context," and like, no, we didn't take it out of context. You were saying you were going crazy and kind of attacking it. It wasn't like I don't prefer this I don't prefer this because she's this and this. That changes the trajectory of what you're saying. And I feel like that's where a lot of people get caught up. If you just say not for me, move forward, it'd be great. But it's not for me, and here are all the reasons why it's not for me, and you're a dumb idiot because you like it. That changes it.
Yeah, and also, but here's the thing though, on Twitter, if you say something's not for you, people are gonna be like, well, what the fuck?
That is true.
There's no winning on that
there's
either.
no winning. Yeah. It's better to say nothing.
My rule of thumb is if I do not like something, I know that it loses context on Twitter, so I won't say it on Twitter. Instead, I will talk about it on a podcast where you can see and hear my face and my tone and get a better understanding for what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
you know,
I've changed my ways of. I've stopped tweeting as much. I'm like, I'm just gonna say that on the pod because the context won't be taking out, or they'll see my face and my tone and everything.
You're gonna say it with a smile.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate deathmatch wrestling,
right.
But I said it with a smile.
See, it changes a lot. It changes everything.
I hate the Deathriders, but I said it with a smile.
See, it hits way. If you just tweet out, "I hate the Deathriders," Denise, I don't know how your face is.
Bro,
I don't know what the
I'm
context
still mad that
it.
people fucking got mad at me because I didn't want to see Malachi Black versus Brock Anderson.
Exactly right. You could have been laughing the hardest you've ever laughed while tweeting that, but people don't know. They're like, "Oh yeah, Denise hates this," you know.
Right. All right. We also got Ben here who says, "I would love to see a mixed tag match with Kenny and Riho stand up to the bullies." Oh man, thank you, Ben. We got Rounded Leo here. It says, "Sorry, Riho needs a personality and better gimmick. She's boring. I'm sorry. With her small size, she doesn't do anything special in the ring." Here's the thing. There's a lot of other wrestlers that don't have personalities, that don't have good gimmicks, that are smaller than the other people in there, and that also don't do anything special in the ring. There's a lot of people like that. So why do people always just hone in on Riho?
Exactly. There's people that are the size that you think they should be, that are boring as fuck, that have terrible matches, that are featured every week. I don't know. Yeah, why you single that person out?
Right.
Like, there's some people like wrestlers that I love, like that people love. Like,
there's wrestlers that you and I have spoken about that you're like, oh, I love them, and I'm like,
Randy Orton. I fucking hate Randy Orton, and people all the time. Randy Orton is probably my number one least favorite wrestler of all time, and people are like, Randy Orton. Dude does fucking absolutely nothing for me, and people are still like, he's the greatest, and I think he's not. I think he's one of the worst. But I don't take that away from anybody. If you like Randy Orton, I'm like, oh, good for you. But I think he's awful. See?
I look at my face. I'm just like, oh.
See how that works? Like if you're like, who's your least favorite? Randy Orton. Like, he's a prototype of pro wrestling, not the pro wrestling that I want to fucking watch.
But you fucking give me shit about Jon Moxley, Deathriders version Jon Moxley.
Yeah. Good wrestling.
In what world do you prefer fucking D-Riders Jon Moxley over Randy?
I can name a million things. Blood.
Get out of here, Red. You're wildin'.
I've seen Jon Moxley and a bed of nails, thumbtacks. He's been set on fire. What has Randy Orton did? A cool RKO?
Bruh. Oh my God.
Fucking rest hold for 20 minutes.
Look, Reg,
this isn't a competition.
I don't agree with you, but I respect your opinion, and I'm going to allow you to have your freedom of speech.
That's it. That's all.
And I am going to move on before I get heated.
Don't shame me for my opinion.
You see, guys, I was the bigger person. Note this down. I was the bigger person. All right. With that being said, with the mention of Jon Moxley, we do got to talk about the ending of the show. And oh, sorry, I thought you said Max. Did you say Fax or did you say
No,
Max?
I said Mox.
Mox. What did I say? Did I say Mox?
Did you say Fax or did you say Max? Yeah, because we're talking about the end of the show.
Okay, I wasn't sure what you said. Okay, my apologies. All right, so anyways, John Moxley. Okay, so we had fucking. I'm already forgetting what we
You
had.
don't know
All
where
right,
you are.
Kris Statlander and
Yes.
Mina Shirakawa. They had a pretty good match. I thought this was the best match of the entire night. Kris Statlander gets the win. She does the seatbelt pin. That was another thing. They've been doing this whole "is she going to join the Deathriders? Is she not?" story, right? So she's out there. She's with Harley. Wheeler comes out. And then all the Deathriders go out there and like they're, sort of they're going towards her as all of this is happening. So you're not really sure what's happening. I thought that she was going to have to turn on Harley as part of an initiation to join the Death Riders. So I thought she was going to join the Death Riders and turn on Harley Cameron. It's exactly what I thought. Then instead, she ended up taking out Wheeler Yuta, flipping off John Moxley, and taking the hell off with Harley Cameron. And I screamed because I was so happy that she did not join the D Riders.
Yes, you're a little D Riders hater, and this has been on your agenda for a long time. They've been trying to recruit Stat for some weeks, some months now. Yuta has been in her ear, showing up randomly backstage to be like, hey, you can always be a friend over here. And Stat has been telling him no, but he hasn't been getting the picture. So he thinks, I think at this point, Wheeler thinks he has credit for her winning the AEW Women's World Championship because she used one of his moves to get the pin, and she did it again in the match today. So he was like, oh, she's using my move. We must be gang. Like, we're in the same team. She must be Death Riders. So they all came down with their initiation. Marina and Mox are slowly walking, clapping and shit, excited for it. But I never really believed it because that's not really Stats MO. They got her a new theme. They got her some new gear. She just won the AEW's Women's World Championship. And I don't think her becoming heel off of that is the way to go. So I didn't believe it for a second. She turned on Yuta, got the big pop from the crowd, flipped off John Moxley, which I think actually might have hit harder than her hitting Wheeler Yuta. And I think this is a really good moment.
When she flipped off John Moxley and then flipped him off again while she was like in the crowd.
Yeah.
I was living vicariously through Kris Statlander. In that second, in like a span of a second, she became the biggest babyface to me.
I think that's a good moment. She needed that, like,
she needed edge. She didn't have that much edge. I don't want to say she didn't have any, but like, let's be real. She didn't have that kind of edge.
Perfect way to describe it, Denise. She needed like some kind of spicy, some kind of edge, some kind of something that shows she's more than just a great wrestler. That if it comes down to the nitty gritty, if it comes down to her having to do something that we wouldn't normally think of her doing, that she would do it. And I think that's what it showed today. Having Harley in there, I think teasing what you thought could be her beating up Harley, and then Harley kind of playing, helping her make the save. I think this is a great moment for Stat, especially if her becoming AEW Women's World Champion.
Yeah, this was great. And then Darby walks out there with a massive flamethrower. And what was funny was that the Death Riders were like somewhat like, I don't know if they were taunting or if they were like walking towards him, but we were like, bro, don't even try. Like, run, guys, run. Like, what are you doing?
Moxley has been set on fire by, like, he knows this guy's nuts. Why are you still walking up to him? But that shows how badass the Death Riders are. Am I right, Denise? Am I right?
No, you're not right. By the way, so he did. So I don't know if Mox accepted, but Darby challenged him to an I Quit match. What did he say? Was it Wrestle Dream that he said?
Wrestle Dream.
Wrestle Dream? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wrestle Dream's October 18th. Sorry. In my mind, Wrestle Dream is a lot further. I didn't realize it was October 18th.
It's coming up. It's happening very soon. They got to start building to that. Yeah, I figured after the All In match, Denise, that they were going to have a rematch, because I'm like, Darby has to go over at some point on John Moxley, right? It can't just be the whole time Darby's trying to disband this group and they just keep stopping him. I think there has to be a point where he actually succeeds in something, and him kind of utilizing fire as his new thing or his thing for a while now, I think has been great.
So the other thing that we got to get into is actually one of my favorite segments of the night, and it was a confrontation between FTR and Willow. However, before this, it was a backstage moment with Cope and Christian, in which Cope says he's kind of he's fed up, he's had it with everything going on, and he's going to be gone for a while. We don't know why, we don't know how long, we don't have any of those answers, but Willow takes it upon herself to confront FTR and Stokely and basically says, like, what the hell, man? Like, Beth Copeland
Mhm.
is an inspiration. She's an inspiration to us women. So she basically cuts an F you and F men type of promo. And I was like, yo, Willow, she was on fire, man. She was on fire. I loved this confrontation. Jet Speed had
Yeah.
her back at the end of it, but I love how courageous she was and just being like, I'm not going to take shit from you, Dax.
Yeah, super cool. I didn't know, realizing that Beth wasn't gonna be on the show because that felt like the pile driver's not a writing off, but like that's an injury type thing. She's not gonna immediately show up. Then they did the angle where Cope is saying that his family's involved now. It's different than back in the day when he was fighting for himself. Now they're beating up his wife on the show. Like that represents something different. It's like who's gonna talk for Beth then? Denise, if Cope is going to be gone, if Beth is out, having Willow come out, who still has this great fanfare with AEW, who still has the fans want to see her involved in something bigger, Denise. So I think having her here was perfect. Having her come out and show some fire, stand up to some people that need to be stood up to. I think it really established what that character represents, Willow, in this company. Having her slap Stokely, everything involved bringing out Jet Speed. It was like, okay, Willow is representing the heart and soul of what AEW is, fighting for Beth's honor, showing that part of the reason that she's a wrestler is because of the contributions that Beth made, and a lot of women in the back feel like that. So I feel like her being the representation for that was really awesome, really strong way to bring Willow back into the fold because she needs to be in the fold.
Oh, 100%, man. I feel like I say this all the time, but I go back to her feud with Mercedes, but it feels like after that, I feel like a lot has sort of gone down. Like, of course, she was part of the Anarchy in the Arena, which was very cool, but there hasn't been that much focus on Willow at
Right.
all. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
no.
she can be in the tag team tournament.
I mean, I
If there's
think
even a tag team tournament, I'm just making it seem like there is.
there's still her and Stat still have something lingering, but Stat's
Yes.
moved on to something else. And I don't know who could be immediately slotted in
Doesn't
with.
make sense right now.
Yeah, that's the only thing is like bringing that back wouldn't make sense. But you need Willow would be a great representation in the tournament if you find her another partner. So I think that's definitely part of it. But this is strong. Giving Willow a mic. We don't see a lot of women in the division, Denise, get to have a live promo on the show. Like that's just not a thing, you know?
We got Saif Din Superhero says Rollins has surpassed Glacier as my least favorite.
One, what did Glacier do to you? And two, damn, Rollins fell down deep.
Yeah. I'm with you. All right. We got Vince Sneffer here. Says greatest opinion, Reg. He agrees with your Randy opinion. We got Deontay Swainier here who says, I think Mox will be out of the group soon after Wrestle Dream.
Yeah, Deontay, I think that you're bringing up a great point. I don't know if Wrestle Dream I didn't know when they were going to do it, but now with the I Quit match, I think because I think Darby's going to win, I think the Deathriders are going to be like, oh, this fool quit? Like, that means he's quitting on us. I think it is definitely going to lead to something.
Yeah, they got to do something, bro, or else Darby is going to look like a fool if he doesn't.
Yeah, they can't keep having him getting beat. That's not going to be the way to work.
I think maybe it's like if he quits, if Jon Moxley quits, that's going to be the thing that the group is looking at him like, you can't be our leader. You quit, bro.
Exactly.
You can't do that.
Right.
Exactly. All righty. Well, there you have it, guys. That was AEW Dynamite here today. We want to thank everybody who tuned in, who joined us, who hung out with us here for the watch along, for the post show. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much for doing all of that. Before we go, just a friendly reminder for those of you who haven't already, head on over to Denise's Pieces. It's the Wrestling Clips channel. This picture that you're seeing on the screen is actually not accurate because I haven't updated the proper number, but I am actually now at 5,301.
Oh shit!
I know. Look
Let's
at this.
go.
5,301, everybody,
Damn.
over on
Hot, hot, hot.
Denise's Pieces. I
Yes.
know. Look at the numbers. They're going up, Reg. Look, it's
Let's
green.
go,
It's
baby.
green.
Denise's
This is, watch,
Pieces.
let me show you something. This is the highest.
We were trying
This
to
is
get
the
up.
highest my real-time views have been on the channel ever.
Hell yeah. We
I
were
mean,
trying to
48,000 views in 48 hours, which obviously, you know, it's kind of small, but big for this channel.
It's shit. It's not, somebody's looking at that like, damn, that's a lot of numbers. We were trying on Saturday to get Denise up to 5,000. She's now surpassed 5,301. So sick, dude. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. Get a couple of Denise's Pieces. Numbers are going up, Denise.
Yeah.
Combine those numbers with your other numbers. It's numbers on numbers on
Yeah.
numbers.
Oh no, I'm planning on it. Also, we just got 2 new subscribers right now.
Oh,
This
look at
second,
that.
right there, just like that. Woo!
Hell yeah.
Yeah, seriously, guys, go check out the videos. I'm combing. Let me tell you something. This is kind of, you know, off topic, but I'm combing through all of my content, Reg, and
Yeah,
planning and scheduling and trying to get this stuff out. And it's not that easy to go back through hundreds of interviews and re-listen to them and find the clips and go through all of that. So,
and then doing new interviews still and doing new, it's like it's never ending.
Blow my brains out at this point. But they're going up. I'm working on it. So please go support the channel, the new channel as well. If you're already here, please support here as well. Subscribing. I know most of you are, but if you're new, subscribe. Reg, where can the people find you?
Every Saturday I'm on Grapsity with Philip Lindsay. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got that Kris Statlander interview, which is great. It's so fun. Like the last 2 interviews we've done for pay-per-view have major implications. We interviewed Kris Statlander before this, and she won the AEW World Championship. The last interview we did was with Adam Cole, fucking days before he essentially.
Shut up! So either
like
something bad or something great happens.
Yeah, you might. I don't know what side of the fence you're gonna land on. Like you could in 6 days win your world title, or in 6 days leave wrestling. I don't know. It could be
Yo, it's a lot of pressure, Reg. It's like a coin flip at that point.
It is. So subscribe to your guys. Check me out every Wednesday. I'm here. I'm here with Thursdays on with Denise too. So appreciate y'all for being here.
Over on the Patreon side. So go check that out too. I've been promoting that on Twitter. Alrighty, everyone. That's it for us today. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back here for SmackDown and NXT No Mercy this week. Bye, everyone.